captain of industry, a butcher who had put things in the meat, some of them unmentionable. But then Niehoff had merely run a chain of 3 dry cleaning establishments. "Perhaps you thought him inconsequential enough to murder," William Sloane, who was in for pushing his young daughter out of a 40th-story window, said to Niehoff. "You never did like Mr. Rolt." Niehoff began to sputter. "You're the killer here, Sloane, you and Logan." "I killed no one," Logan said quickly. Niehoff grinned. "You were proved guilty in a court of law of killing your wife." "They didn't prove it to me. I should know whether or not I'm guilty." "I know your case," Niehoff said, gazing dispassionately at his old letters. "You hit your wife over the head with a bottle of French Chablis wine, killing her immediately." "I warn you," Logan said heatedly, "implying that I struck my wife with a wine bottle and French Chablis at that is inviting a libel suit." Noticeably shaken, Niehoff became quiet and seemed to lose himself in studying the papers before him. Logan had learned long ago how to deal with him. He knew that Niehoff's company could not stand a lawsuit. "Justice must be done," Logan went on. "Mr. Rolt's murderer, a real murderer, must be caught and executed." "Isn't it a job for the police?" Dr. Montaigne asked gently. "The police?" Logan laughed. "Look how they botched my case. No, this is a job for us. Living the rest of our lives with a murderer would be intolerable." "But what about Mr. Sloane?" Dr. Montaigne asked. "You're living with him." "His is a different case," Logan snapped. "Because they found him guilty doesn't mean he's guilty. He says he doesn't remember anything about it, doesn't he?" "What's your angle, Brandon?" the unsuccessful mystery bomber asked. "You people have always got an angle, something in mind for yourselves. The only people you can really trust are the poor people." "My angle is justice," Logan said firmly. "We must have justice." "Justice for all the people," Brandon suddenly shouted, rising to his feet. He glanced about angrily and then sat down again. "Justice," said old Mr. Heimer, who had been to other worlds and could listen to and hear metal. "Justice will take care of itself. It always does, no matter where." "They've been waiting a long time," Brandon said, his jaw jutting out beneath his dark mustache. "The poor people, I mean." "Have the police any clues?" Logan asked Dr. Montaigne. "They know what you know," the doctor said calmly. "Mr. Rolt was killed on the beach between 9:15 and 10, when he shouldn't have been out of Cottage D." Mr. Heimer raised a thin, speckled hand to his lips and chuckled feebly. "Now, maybe that's justice." "You know the penalty for leaving the building during unauthorized hours," Niehoff said sternly to Mr. Heimer. "Not death, but confinement to your room for 2 days. We must have the punishment fit the crime, and we must obey the rules. Any operation must have rules in order to be successful." "That's exactly what I'm saying," Logan said. "The man who killed poor Mr. Rolt must be caught and put to death." "The authorities are investigating," Dr. Montaigne said soothingly. "Like they investigated my case?" Logan said in a raised and angry voice. "They won't bring the criminal to justice, and I tell you we must not have a murderer here in Compound D." "Cottage D," Dr. Montaigne corrected him. "Perhaps Mr. Rolt was killed by something from the sea," William Sloane said thoughtfully. "No," Brandon said. "I heard the police say there was only a single set of footprints near the body, and it led from and to the cottage. It's obviously the work of an inside subversive." "But what size footprints?" Logan asked. "They weren't clear enough to determine the size," Dr. Montaigne said. "They led to and from near the wooden stairs that come up to the rear yard. Then the ground was too hard for footprints." "Perhaps they were Mr. Rolt's own footprints," Sloane said. Niehoff grunted. "Stupid! Mr. Rolt went to the beach, but he did not come back." "Well," Dr. Montaigne rose slowly and walked to the door. "I must be going to some of the other cottages now." He smiled at Logan. "It's interesting that you're so concerned with justice," he said. A gull screamed as the doctor went out. The 5 remaining patients of Cottage D sat quietly after Dr. Montaigne's exit. Logan watched Niehoff gather up his letters and give their edges a neat, sharp tap on the tabletop before slipping them into his shirt pocket. Brandon and Mr. Heimer seemed to be in deep thought, while Sloane was peering over Niehoff's shoulder through the open window out to the rolling sea. "It could be that none of us is safe," Logan said suddenly. "We must get to the bottom of this ourselves." "But we are at the bottom," Mr. Heimer said pleasantly. "All of us." Niehoff snorted. "Speak for yourself, old man." "It's the crime against the